So here we are, and Capcom has finally acknowledged everybody's responses for a Resident Evil 2 remake. Finally, after years of articles, of fan-made articles, years of fan-made petitions, we're here now, and just recently, literally tonight, they just said, hey, we kind of want to see the approach that you guys want us to take, because they don't know where to begin. Now, I'm pretty sure they're already working on a Resident Evil project right now. I know there's the Umbrella Corpse rumor and stuff like that, but this seems like something that they're going to do in the near future. But that's good, because obviously we want to see the main series get on track. We've kind of been getting sidetracked with a lot of remakes lately by a lot of other games. And not saying that the Resident Evil remake was not... it wasn't necessary. It was, and the Zero is necessary too, because you want to see what fans like. So them seeing that, the good responses with the sales, they finally come out and said, here you go, what do you guys think we should do? And comments flooded. I even commented, but you probably won't even see me because I'm lost in the sea of people. So, what do I want to personally see in a Resident Evil 2 remake? Well, like I said, the next move I want them to make is to make another game, a direct sequel. I'd like to see them kind of pick up shit in the current storyline, which I think they're doing. So, me and Richard on the podcast, the Resident Evil podcast, we've talked about it. We kind of want them to do that. Because, yeah, that really needs adjusting. But taking it with a little fun involved with the whole RE2 idea, considering that it's probably something they are going to do. Because companies usually don't come out and say this unless they want to show interest. And trust me, fans are going to show interest. They've been showing... If you look at any Resident Evil post on any social media, all the comments, all the replies are just like, okay, that's cool, but what about the Resident Evil 2 remake or Remake RE2? There's fan pages. JJ, check out his Resident Evil 2 page. I'll put it down there. He's been on the podcast, great guy. He has his own page about it. Thousands of followers, thousands of people online doing it. This is a dream come true for a lot of fans, okay? Especially myself. Resident Evil 2 is not my favorite Resident Evil game, but it is an amazing game. It obviously is one of my favorites. So we're finally going to be seeing this remade, hopefully like the remake. So, as I'd like to hear from you guys, and we're probably going to talk about a little bit more on the upcoming podcast that's going on soon, I want to go by what I would like to see in a Resident Evil 2 remake nowadays. I want to see exactly what you guys did in 2002, Capcom. I want to see, and I don't know if you're going to be seeing this, so who cares, but if you do, I want to see the same style. I want to see fixed camera angles, okay? I don't care what you think this brand has become with the action behind the back. That works for the kind of style that you turned Resident Evil into, which is fine. People hate that. I hate RE4, I hate RE5, I hate RE6. Motherfucker, they aren't terrible games. 4 and 5 are pretty decent games as well. Decent is an understatement. They're really fucking good. RE6 is obviously a little bit more downplayed as far as they kind of didn't think too much about a lot of the mechanics. It seemed kind of rushed, but it wasn't an awful game. But anyway, that's my opinion about that. So if you disagree, that's fine. Whatever. We're talking about this. If you're going to make something like this that captured such an amazing story and brought it and made it more broad and expanded it with the environments, you have to keep the fixed camera angles, because that's what made it scary. That's what made the environment scary, with the music, with the Chris. What am I doing? I'm sleeping. With the Leon and the Claire scenario. Wrong game. The Leon and the Claire scenarios here, okay? And the fixed camera angles in the police station and outside and up top, and then you got fucking Mr. X and you got Birkin running around. Don't forget the alligator. Anyway, that's what made it so special, was because it just captured that whole story, that whole world of dread, and it was perfect. So honestly, I don't see it working if they were to be like, well, we got to make it like Revelations 2. We got to make it like the last couple. That's fine. You could do that for RE7, but you're talking about Resident Evil 2. People remember the game like they remember the game. not completely different. When people remembered Resident Evil 1, they remembered fixed camera angles, puzzles, whatever. You took that and you expanded it with Resident Evil Remake of 2002 and showed us that to a broader audience with the remaster version that came out. I have my physical over there. I bought it freaking 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 3 times, yeah. 1 physically, 1 on the PS4, and 1 on Steam. So you showed people that's what you did, and people loved that. So it still shows you that modern players still like fixed camera angles. It doesn't have to be like Call of Duty, right? It doesn't have to be like an action game, right? Exactly. So that proved a point. Now you're doing this with Resident Evil 2, or thinking about it anyway, and I'm pretty sure it's going to eventually happen, especially with the fans' responses. There is big money in this game. Big money. Even looking at it from a business standpoint, obviously companies are greedy and stuff like that, but there is big money in this, especially the hype. They even mentioned the hype in the media. It's been growing and growing. People like me, people like you have been speaking out, making videos, doing whatever, in community pages, doing what you do best, showing as a fan. We want to see that old style gameplay. Old style gameplay. Fixed camera angles, the works, everything. The puzzles. Add some new stuff in there. I mean, imagine if you could see a police station that's expanded. That was like the Spencer Mansion. You thought there was so much to the Spencer Mansion, then you play Remake, there is more areas, and then you had the underlining story with Lisa Trevor. And you found out more about the mansion and backstory and files. Do that. Expand it. Make it your own. Make it something different, but it's still somewhat the same of what people remember from this game. Okay? Make both scenarios. Make scenario A, scenario B, scenario A with this person, scenario, you can choose whatever you want. Do that. Do it like that. You take the side pack, it's not going to be available for Claire. Vice versa. Whatever. It's the same shit. You guys have the right idea. You saw what the remake did. You saw the sales that it did when you put it on every single console, when it used to be just on GameCube and known as... It became a thing where people that were really diehard fans of Resident Evil knew about Remake. Now everybody knows about that remaster version because you released it to the masses, because it was a good survival horror game. That's what we want to see. Okay? We want to see the same stuff, but we also want to see you guys expand it a little bit more like you did, because that is the perfect example. The 2002 remake is the perfect example of what they should do. They did it right once, so do it again, okay? If it's not broke, don't fucking fix it. There you go. I can't tell you how many times that I've had this conversation with people, with fans and whatnot, talking about how easy it is to just do it right. They have everything lined up. They've been doing the right thing. Capcom has been on the right track as of recently. Even Revelations 2, a game that was newer released and expanded the story as a little side thing, returned some characters, I did an LP on it, it was great. Because that was the first time I played it, so you guys were experiencing it with me. So they can easily just, they've been doing the right thing, even in the past and currently, with current games and new titles. They have to do that. Resident Evil 2 Remake, I just want to see, and please, keep the regular controls. I don't know why people call them tank controls. Yeah, that's a name that people just gave them as time goes on. People, I don't like tank controls. Again, the alternate controls in Remake were fucking horrible. The Remake remaster, that they put the alternate controls out on the remaster version, and it was awful. It was awful. I'm sorry, but I said it in my review of the game, of the remaster. I like the regular controls, tank controls, whatever you want to call them. Okay? I like the fact that you have to rotate and walk. I like that. That's what Resident Evil is. That's what it is. I'm sorry, you can't take it away. It already existed in the games, okay? I'm sorry. But when I played Remake like a million times over again when it was re-released, I wasn't just like, wow, these controls feel outdated. You put the controls in there. Fine, make the alternate controls, but keep them in. Like, make it an option if you don't want to do it. That was perfect. You guys, good thinking. Because you're going to have new people that are just like, I don't like tank controls. What the fuck were people thinking back in 96, 7, 8, 9, 99? Whatever. It's just like, look, Keep them in there because fans like me and all of you out there want to see that old style gameplay. That gives you the feel and the chills, the nostalgia that you felt when you played this game for the first time, okay? Resident Evil 1 was amazing, but this is how you do a fucking sequel. Okay? This is how you did it. That's why it's so successful. That's why it's so memorable. Because people remember. The level was like, it was through the roof. The terror level was heightened. You had tyrants and like, shit, man. It was the ultimate game. And at that time, as it expanded, I like RE3. Obviously, it's my favorite Resident Evil game. But at the same time, RE3 wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for RE2. They used the same features. They used the same environments. It was all raveled up into one thing. But this was the starting point. Please just listen. You guys are opening your ears finally. After so many fans have been just commenting and always signing petitions and showing interest, you finally raise an eyebrow and you're listening. So thank you for that. But please, just do what I say. Just keep it the way it is and expand on it. Make those graphics pop. Make those environments pop. The camera angles, keep them there. Okay? The controls, keep them there for the people that want them. Like me. Keep those features. Keep the awesome secrets. Put more secrets in there. Maybe put some backstory that we didn't really like, that we kind of know about if we did some research, but maybe for some newer fans, put some more information in there. Hell, put new shit in there that we're not even going to expect. Change the shit up a bit. You remember how, you're walking in Resident Evil Remake and like you think the dogs are going to come out of the, the window like normal, but no, they just hit it and you hear the crack and you're like, that's strange. I was expecting them to come out. And then they come out when you're going the opposite way. Shit like that. Subtle changes. That's it. Please, just do it. Okay? Shia LaBeouf, just do it. I'm sorry, that was bad. But, hey, you should see the comments. There's so many people putting that fucking Shia LaBeouf meme in there. It's great. But, all I'm saying is you guys can do this. And I want to know what you guys would like to see. That's all I can really say. Because, seriously, make it like Remake. Make it punchier. Get good voice actors. If you could get the original voice actors, oh, that would be awesome. But I know that's not going to happen. But just please make it good. Please make it good, alright? And give it a physical release, I hope. I don't know. That's too far off. That's too far ahead. But that's what I want to see. I just don't want to see it messed up. It's not that hard. Even comments of people that were saying it's not that hard. Just keep it like Remake of 2002. That's the best way to describe it. The best way. So, that's that. I want to know what you guys think. We'll talk about it more on the podcast, me and Richard. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it though. Seriously. Resident Evil 2 Remake looks like it's finally coming. And I can't be any happier. See you guys next time.